What's up, peeps? It's Daniel here, and welcome to Emotional English Podcast, the podcast where you learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Welcome, everybody. Today is another day to learn English, and today you've got a great chance to face love story and learn English using the love story. 8th of March already in the past, but many people asking themselves how to be effective or how to be good in their relationships. And today's discussion is going to be about the moral story I've prepared for you, and we will learn plenty of new words for your love beings, and then you will have a chance to practice some reflection questions and use these words right away. So you will understand the whole logic of the word, and then you will know the context, how to use these words effectively. And this is here, me, Daniel, and I will prep some vocab parts first, then we will read the story. And in the end, we will answer different questions just to memorize the context, just to memorize all the words and phrases we had learned, right? So let's start. The topic for today called The Greatest Secret of True Love. And my first word's going to be about what is true love for you. So you don't know what is love until you face it. Some people can guess, I love pizza, I love ice cream, but it's not the true love. True love is something that has no dependency, I guess, right? So you're not dependent on it. You just have it, and nothing else can change your thought about it, right? So that's my perspective of the true love. Something that pushes you to do things, and you don't have the reason why you do things. You just do things. Okay? So that's the point of true love. And let's see some great phrases that are related to this beautiful topic. And my first prep word is head over heels. So when you're head over heels, it means that you are totally in love with someone. So you can't live without this person. As an example, I can read you this. From the moment they met, he was head over heels for her. Head over heels for her, right? So the point, when you're totally in love, you're head over heels. You can't think about anything else, right? Nothing gives you that much energy, right? Your favorite cake, your favorite cartoon or game doesn't fulfill you anymore because you're head over heels. You're full in love with a person or thing. So I hope you got this point. So when you're head over heels, it means that you are so obsessed with something, right? You are in love. And I was head over heels with my girlfriend. You were head over heels with something you like or love so much that you have no dependency. All right. Let's go next. A heart of a gold, or a heart of gold. So when the person has a heart of gold, this person is extremely kind, extremely, genuinely generous, I would say, right? And then this person is in general benevolent, right? Or good, right? We have multiple words here used. So anyway, you got the word generous. So try to connect the heart of gold with this phrase. So when you're so generous, when you're benevolent, when you are open to another person, so your heart of gold, right? You are a heart of gold, right? Or you have a heart of gold, right? As an example, I can give you this. So the lady doesn't have much money, but she has a heart of gold, right? So it's a good quality of a person when you have a heart of gold, right? And if you're benevolent, if you're a great person, so your heart is very nice, right? So your heart of gold, right? You have a heart of gold. I will ask you a question here. So maybe you can think of the person in your life that is truly was or has a heart of gold, right? So who has a heart of gold in your life? So it can be your mom, or it can be your dad, or it can be your friend, right? This person is ready to do something for you no matter what, right? That's the point of the person who has a heart of gold. The next word, what we're going to is the word soulmate. And when you're talking of love, the people who surrounds you, they are not just people. That's the people who are related to you or connected to you with your vibe, right? So the people with the same vibe, you feel like you can talk to this person forever. That's your soulmate. And the greatest point when you fall in love, when you're head over heels, right? You should show your love to the person who is your soulmate, because this is the most respected love you can get. So the person who gives you the energy back, that's the person to be good with, right? That's the point. So he or she is your soulmate. You have a good connection, good vibes. So that is great. This is amazing. Soulmates are beautiful. And as an example, I can give you the thing. I didn't believe in soulmates until I met my best friend. Or I didn't believe in soulmates until I met my future wife, right? So this is a good example. When you see the soulmate, you understand that this person is so good. You made for each other, right? They are, or she or he is made for you, and you are made for her. So that's good connection. Yeah. So I guess you know who is your soulmate now. Next phrase is to vibe with someone, right? And it's a good phrase when you vibing with someone, right? It means that you have a positive, similar energy with this person. So I'm vibing with my friend. I'm vibing with my girlfriend. I'm vibing with my teacher. It means you have a good connection, right? So this is a pretty modern phrase. Many people use it nowadays. So I really vibe with the city, right? So if you like Moscow, you're vibing with the city, right? It's a good construction to vibe with, right? And my question to you about vibing with something or someone, do you find it easy to vibe with people who have a positive mindset? For me, it's pretty easy because I think positively, and if someone else think positively, I am vibing with this person nicely, so I have no troubles. I will vibe with this person in a good way, right? Yeah. So what about you? So who you vibing with nicely? Okay. Next phrase is main squeeze. Main squeeze. Who is a main squeeze? It's a noun, right? First of all, you describe someone, a main squeeze, as a person who is very connected, related to you. And it's bigger than just a friend, right? It can be your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, right? Your boyfriend. So it's your partner, right? So, and you call this person a main squeeze, right? And as an example, I can give you this one. I'm heading out to dinner with my main squeeze tonight, right? So it means you're going and you're planning to eat with your main squeeze, right? It's idiomatic phrase about your partner, right? Question is, what is the best quality you look for in a main squeeze? Because some people think that you love someone for no reasons. You just love the person. But anyway, something attracts to the person, right? It can be the visual expression, right? It can be the behavior, right? It can be the quality, what you like so much in the person, right? That's the reason, all right? That's the quality, what people look at the main squeeze or squeezes, right? So who is your main squeeze? Do you have a main squeeze? Let me know in the comment section to this podcast episode on Telegram. By the way, if you're not there yet, so go there, look for Emotional English on Telegram. And join now for more content in English. We post almost every day. So take care there. Next phrase is emotional support. We give emotional support to each other when you like the person, when you want to support the person because you love the person, this person matters to you. Probably you show emotional support to this person, right? In a bad day, for example, this week was extremely hard for me, right? So my fiance, she gave a lot of emotional support to me, right? So she provided a lot of emotional support. That's a good example for you, right? So do you look for emotional support when you are in trouble? Some people are okay with being lonely, and I was like this for many years, and it was okay. But again, you want something bigger than that. So you're looking for emotional support from your friends, family, your couple, right? Your main squeeze, right? So that's a good phrase to use. My question to you is pretty simple. How do you provide emotional support to yourself when you feel tired? How do you provide emotional support to yourself when you feel tired? As for me, I like to provide a good emotional support to myself by going and doing some physical activity, right? And this is very good. You can provide emotional support to yourself by doing something you like, right? For example, you're going and playing Minecraft, or you're going and roller skating, as me, right? So this is the good emotional support you provide. And you think like how Minecraft can give you emotional support. It's not the Minecraft that gives you emotional support. It's you who giving yourself an option to do something you love, right? If you're doing this, you're not limiting yourself, realizing that it's a stupid activity to play Minecraft. You giving yourself an emotional support, right? You're supporting yourself emotionally. And what do we do here with Emotional English? We emotionally progress with our English, right? We're trying to use emotionality to push us forward. And this is a good option, how you can learn the language with emotions. By the way, I'm releasing the website emotionalenglish.ru. You already can check it out. It's already functioning well, but I'm still working on it. So every single week I will implement more updates there. We will have a chance to see the upcoming events on the website, the new podcast episodes, the news, and much more than that. So check it out. Go to emotionalenglish.ru or danilabondarenko.ru for my lessons or updates, right? Let's stay in touch. We go further with take for granted. It's the last but not least phrase for today. We take for granted many things in life. You know, we live in life when we get used to things, right? And let's imagine when you are in financially successful family, you live with a lot of opportunities, right? And money is not an issue for you. So you take it for granted. You take it as something standard for yourself, right? And sometimes when we get used to things, let's say you've bought a new iPhone, after a week or after a month, you feel like the iPhone is just an iPhone, right? You take it for granted, right? You're not thinking that it's something special, right, in your life. The same happens with relationships. When you live for a long time with a person, you start taking it for granted. You start thinking that, oh, okay, that's my wife, it's fine. So you're just getting used to it. And the point is, when you are in love, and if you want to prolong your love, you should not take it for granted. So you should make your relationships special, right? So you should respect your partner, your main squeeze, and continue your journey together, right? So never take things for granted. A good example for you is we often take our health for granted, right? Until we get sick. So you think that your health is so natural, it's so good, but then you got sick and you're like, oh my goodness, where is my health, right? So you got used to it. And that's why you feel disorientation here, right? So you feel not so good when you're losing your health. And that's the point. Never take things for granted, okay? So if you're smart, my question to you is, what is the one small thing in your daily life that you sometimes take for granted? What is this? Maybe it's a cup of coffee in the morning. Maybe you just get used to it and you take your cup of coffee for granted, something that you can't live without and what you get used to already, right? So try to respect your cup of coffee every day and never take it for granted, okay? That's the first segment. So we already discussed 7 beautiful phrases. I will revise you guys. I will revise them for you. The first word was head over heels. When you're head over heels, you are like so in love, right? I am, let's say you are in a good state when you love someone so much. So I am just head over heels for her, right? Or you can say he was head over heels for him, right? For her again. So anyway, so you're so totally deeply in love with the person, right? When someone has a heart of gold, it's good or bad? Of course, it's good because this person doesn't value money more than generosity or good quality benevolence, right? So when the person has a heart of gold, it's a good thing, right? So you can have a good communication with this person. And I like people like this. So soulmates are pretty important in our life because soulmates are the friends for our soul, right? It's very good people. And some of your best friends are soulmates, right? And you're vibing with them pretty nicely, right? So that's another construction we learned. So when you vibe with your friend, it's very nice, right? It's very nice. And whom you love the most, probably that's your main squeeze. That's your partner. That's your bride. That's your wife. That's your husband, right? That's someone special to you, right? She's your main squeeze. And you look for emotional support from your main squeeze, right? Because it's good to have relationships and to receive emotional support. But if you have no one, it's okay because your favorite TV show can provide you emotional support. Your favorite computer game can provide you emotional support and much more than that. And you know what? The last recommendation we've learned that never take things for granted, right? So respect things you're having here and now, because when you take things for granted, you are not feeling joy anymore, right? You are not enjoying life, right? Because you take it for granted. You take it like it's supposed to be with you. And many rich kill, the people who has the golden spoon in their mouth, probably these people take things for granted and they don't respect things much. That's the point. And nicely and steadily, we're going further with the mini story. It's our next part of the podcast where we discuss the mini story. I will read the mini story for you and then I will comment every segment we've just read. Okay, so it will be clearer, it will be contextually more understandable, and you will understand English more. I will try to use all my emotionality to express English emotionally and give you a chance to memorize the constructions even more effectively. So let's start. So the story called The Secret of the Heart, Don't Let the Fire Die, right? The Secret of the Heart. And let's begin. This story has 4 paragraphs. And sometimes I will use this story to talk to you directly. Just give me the answers right away. Give me emotional answers when I ask you a question, okay? Let's begin. Most people think that true love is just a feeling that happens to you. They think they find a soulmate, they fall head over heels, and then they sit back and relax. They think the work is finished. Is it true? No, it's not. So that's the biggest mistake you can make. In the beginning, everything is easy, right? You vibe with each other perfectly. You feel like you're flying. But the secret of the true love isn't how you start. It's how you continue. Yes or no? Yes, of course. And this is the first paragraph, right? So do you want me to comment a little bit deeper here? I hope it was pretty understandable, but I will give you a little bit more commenting every single sentence just to make it more clearer. Most people think that true love is just a feeling that happens to you. And this is true. Some people really believe that love is just the feeling, but it's a deep feeling. It's feelings that can change your life. And this is true. Many people think they find a soulmate. They fall head over heels, and then they sit back and relax. So somebody think that, look, you find your love and then you just sit down and relax. You sit back and relax. But it's not the way how it's supposed to work, right? It's supposed to be like productive work day by day, right? So if you fall head over heels, you fall in love. You see the point? So fall head over heels or fall in love. It's pretty the same idea, right? And you're looking for whom to fall head over the heels. You're looking for the soulmate, right? The soulmate is the best person you can fall head over heels, right? And then you're not sitting back, you're not relaxing, you're continuing the process of work, right? So you think the work is finished. Of course not. You continue your work and it's beautiful. The biggest mistake you can make is just to sit down and do nothing. In the beginning, everything is easy, right? You vibe with each other perfectly well. Everything goes nice. And you feel like you're flying, something is pushing you further, right? But the secret of true love isn't how you start the journey, right? It's how you continue the process, how you making further steps. Okay? That was the first paragraph. Let's jump to the next one. We've got already discussed the soulmate, head over heels situation. We discussed how we vibe with the person you like, with your soulmate, right? Let's go further with more words. I want to tell you about a man named John. Now I will tell you like a story about John. And this is the moment where you can imagine the language, right? Just close your eyes right now, if they're not closed, and see the movie. Just look at your picture. John had a main squeeze. Her name was Sarah. And Sarah was amazing. She had a heart of gold. She was always there for John, giving him emotional support every time he was stressed about work. She was his rock. But as time went by, John became lazy. He started to take her for granted. He stopped saying thank you. He stopped noticing the small things she did for him. He thought, she loves me. She will always be here. He let his heart fall asleep. Okay, that's the second paragraph. And the story just started, right? You see the John, right? The man John. And John had a main squeeze named Sarah. You're right, Sarah. Her name was Sarah. And Sarah was good or bad? Of course, Sarah was amazing. She was a very good person, right? Why she was a very good person? Why Sarah was amazing? Because she had a heart of diamond. Close. The heart of gold, right? A heart of gold, the heart of diamond, the heart of a nice metal. She was always there for him. When you are always there for your person, you're always available, you're always helping, you're always with the person. And this is a very respected thing to do, right? So to be there for your person, for your main squeeze, right? So you're giving something to your main squeeze every time your main squeeze stressed about work or something else. You provide what? Of course, emotional support. You provide emotional support every time something goes wrong. So, and we have the idiom here, rock, right? Rock, idiomically speaking, is a very good thing. So it's the person you can rely on in a hard situation, right? So that's the point. Who was always there for him? Who was his rock? Sarah. Sarah was the John's rock, right? Because her heart of gold, she has a heart of gold, and she's just a very good person. But what is the problem with John? You know, what's happened bad with John? John started to take Sarah for granted, right? So is it good or bad? Of course it's bad. When you start taking someone for granted, you're just automatically accepting everything what's happening there, right? So John started saying thank you, or he stopped saying thank you to Sarah. John stopped saying thank you to Sarah, and this is taking things for granted, okay? This is not good. So John stopped noticing the small things Sarah did for him. And he thought, oh, Sarah loves me. She's always be here. So John's heart, fall asleep. Is it good? Of course not. Love, true love, is a non-stoppable work. Remember this point, guys. If you're in a relationship and you think you see these butterflies, you see these rainbows, everything goes well, it doesn't work forever. People say that love lives for 3 years. Some people say love lives for 1 year, but it's an unstoppable work. If you create this vibe of work and you will be there for your person, for your main squeeze forever, this will represent a lot. And that's why our grandparents lives 50 years together, right? They have silver, golden, whatever marriage they have, right? They live forever for a long time because they accept each other. They love each other. They're working daily for their love. Okay. So we don't have it here with the story with Sarah and John. And as I see here, who is not working well? John. John is not there for Sarah. John is not giving the emotional support back. And this is very dangerous. Let's continue with the next paragraph. One day, Sarah looked at John with sadness, and she said, I'm here, but I don't feel you anymore. Boom! John woke up immediately. He realized that a relationship is like a garden. If you don't water the garden, it dies. He realized that even if you find your soulmate, you must choose to love them every single day. You need to love your soulmate every single time, right? You must give them your energy. You must show them your heart. And I think if you imagine the project you love, let's imagine you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have a thing. You don't have your main squeeze, but you have a project you love so much, right? You pay attention to your project. Try to never stop giving love to your project you're working on. Because if you stop doing this, you would take it for granted and the project will not satisfy you anymore. You will feel But now you will feel that no things happening anymore, and you're not gonna be satisfied with your project. Okay. So as you see, Sarah looked at John. She was happy about the John. Of course not. She showed sadness to John, right? She said, I'm here, but I don't feel you anymore, right? She doesn't feel the response, right? Boom, something happens in the John's mind. He realized something very important. What does he realizes? He realizes that the relationship is like a garden. If you don't care about your relationships, nothing works well, right? The garden dies. So he realized that even if you find your soulmate, you must to choose to love every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second, right? The moment. So you should be there for the person. You must show them your heart. I think we commented enough for this paragraph, and let's jump to the next one. So, and this is actually the final paragraph where I want to explain the whole idea, right, of appreciation, right? Let's dive into it. So the moral of this story is that the greatest secret of the true love is appreciation and being there for the person. Never let your love become normal. Never let your heart become rusty. Treat your partner like you just met them yesterday. Give them 100 of your focus and your passion. When you stop taking things for granted, life becomes a miracle. Of course, it is true. And what is the moral of the story, guys? Do you need me to comment this again? Of course, I will comment this again for you guys. So we're looking for appreciation. And you can ask, Danilo, what do you mean by appreciation? Appreciation is something that you give to the person when you respect the person. You appreciate the person. You know, when I had been working in America a long time ago in 2011 and 2012 and 2013, I showed appreciation to all my colleagues, right? I never took their vibe for granted. I always appreciated them for being with me so nice, and I always appreciated them, right? I showed them my love, my appreciation, right? And I never thought about my coworkers and people I met as normies, as normal, right? I always respected them as much as I could, right? That's the point. So if you give 100% of your focus and your passion to the person, you never take things for granted because you invest to your relationships daily, right? Life become a miracle, a magical moment, right? That's the miracle is. Here you go. So we finished the whole story. Now you got the whole point. I will read just 2 paragraphs about Sarah and John again, just to clarify the model we've learned, okay? And again, remember the words we discussed already, right? So let's go step by step. Okay. So I want to tell you about a man named John. John had a main squeeze named Sarah, and Sarah was amazing. She had a heart of gold. She was always there for John, giving him emotional support every time he was stressed about work. She was his rock. But as time went by, John became lazy. He started to take her for granted, and he stopped saying thank you. He stopped noticing Sarah. He stopped noticing the small things she did for him. He thought, she loves me. She will always be there, here with me. He let his heart fall asleep. One day, Sarah looked at him with a big sadness and said, I'm here, but I don't feel you anymore, John. Boom, something happened in John's mind. John woke up. He realized that a relationship is like a garden. If you don't water it, it dies. And he realized that even if you find your soulmate, you must choose to love them every single day. You must give them your energy. You must show them your heart. And the moral of this story, this is the greatest secret of true love is appreciation, right? Appreciate the love you have to the person, to the project, to the thing, to your family. It doesn't matter. Appreciate love because it's something valuable. It's a miracle. It's something that gives you satisfaction day after day. Okay, I hope it was useful and interesting for this mini story. And now we will dive into the soul-searching questions for you guys. It's a reflective, I will say, reflection questions, right? Comprehension questions, right? That gives you more understanding what we had discussed. And I need your feedbacks, right? I will ask you a question. You give me the feedback. Okay. So why is it so easy for humans to take for granted the people who love us the most? This is a good question, isn't it? So let's discuss. I think we get used to good things and our brain falls asleep, right? And we must wake up and say, look, we need to choose the beauty every morning, right? Why it's so easy for us to take for granted the people who love us the most? Because it's a habit. It's just a habit. We create the habit of being people with us, right? So if you have a habit to eat chocolates, you just take it for granted if you eat them very often, and you don't respect your chocolates you don't respect your chocolates anymore, right? And this is sad, right? It's becoming a habit. So don't take the thing become a habit. Don't take your love become a habit. Don't take your love for granted, okay? How can you show more emotional support to your loved one starting today? Or many people, loved ones. The best thing you can do, in my opinion, is listen. Listen to the people you love. If you only blah, 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 talk and never listen, you are depreciating your friends, your family, your main squeeze, right? You should respect them, appreciate them, and the best appreciation is listening. That's my answer. Maybe your answer is different. Do you believe that having a heart of gold is more important than having a lot of money? Good question, isn't it? Of course, it matters more than money. Money is just a thing what people created, right? It's good to have money, but our qualities, having a heart of gold is much more important because if you have benevolence, if you have greatness, if you have generosity, it's nicely to stay with you and be near because you understand that you can rely on the person. People can rely on you. You can rely on others because they have their heart as gold, right? So this is very nice. The heart of gold is important to have, right? Let's jump next. When you feel a great vibe, why do you say vibe? Vibe with V sound, no w. Vibe. When you have a great vibe with someone, do you tell them or do you keep it inside? Do you tell them that you have a great vibe? I think as my nature tells me, I never say this to people. I don't know why. I never say that, you know what? I'm having a good vibe with you. I think this is very strange, right? And I think we should do something about this because it's important to be open nowadays when we live in a crazy world, when war happens under our windows, right? When people fight a lot, we should show more appreciation and openness, right? I think that makes a lot of sense. Maybe your answer is different. Let me know what do you think in our podcast community group, right? And by the way, if you're not with our community of speakers yet, go and join our community of a speaking club community. So because we speak every week every Sunday, 12 p.m. Moscow time. So we meet online and we have a nice communication. So this upcoming club is going to be about finances. So we will discuss our financial literacy. How do we understand finances, and is it important to learn finances at school and something like this? Why it's important to have the literacy, right, and to understand finances more. So if you're interested, join our club now. You can find the link down below to this podcast. Okay, so let's jump to the last but not least question for you guys. Are you ready to be head over heels for your own life and your own journey right now? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to be head over heels here and now, to be in love for your own life, right? I would say, hell yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I am the protagonist of my own story. Are you a protagonist of your own story? So we create life day by day, and love your life, love your journey, love your English. Okay, so that's the last answer and the last question I wanted to ask with you today. And as you see, we've got 3 nice points. We discussed with you the vocab. We discussed with you the story. We discussed with you the questions, right? Reflections done as well. So if you want to give us some ideas about this podcast, go to the community group and share your ideas, what topics you're interested in, because I'm ready to listen. I am the person who is listening. So let me know, send me the message to my email or just send me the direct message on the social medias platforms, doesn't matter where. I'm ready to hear you. Thank you all. And I hope you guys have an amazing time with Emotional English today. I hope you had a great time. Let's stay in touch. Have a beautiful time with your English, and I'll see you very soon. So take care of yourself.